Coming up next, we talk to Dan Sell. This is an interview I really didn't want to do, but here we are. You farm with your dad?
I do. My father and I, we raised ground, and it's interesting. I don't know how to describe it because everyone deals with it. If you're a farmer, you got to work with that older generation. It's a different world to him. He
didn't have Instagram.
He did. You know, I don't even think he had Snapchat back then, and so I don't know how he showed people he worked.
All right, we're here at the Commodity Classic in Houston, Texas, talking to a real Texan, Dan Sell. How you doing, Dan?
Doing well. Thank you for having me on the show, Rob.
What part of Texas?
Up in the northeastern Panhandle, next to Amarillo.
So that's like 19 hours away.
15-hour drive from where I live here to Houston.
Did you drive?
No, I flew.
Yeah.
Too lazy to drive, man.
You farm up there, huh?
My father and I farm in the Panhandle. We raise sorghum or milo and hard red winter wheat.
Okay, I've never understood because Oklahoma has a panhandle. You look at the state, it's like a pan, and the panhandle is a panhandle. Texas, you say you have a panhandle. You don't.
Okay, well, how about I call it the North Plains then? Would that be okay?
It'd make more sense.
Okay, well, I'll call it the North Plains then. But it is a panhandle for Texas. You just have to look at it different.
You got to look at a lot of things different in Texas. They say everything's bigger in Texas.
That's correct. Yes, sir. Even our egos.
Okay, so what you are farming, I mean, it's different than what a lot of people think. I mean, do you ever get sick of like all the corn and soybean guys whining and complaining?
Well, they go plant the seed in the ground, and they go to Florida, and they call the co-op, hey, can you check on my corn real quick?
It's nice.
And then they go spray it or something. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that they don't even harvest it. I'm really pretty sure that's, they'll send a Snapchat of the yield doing 400, and then they're off the combine.
We generally just go around the outside, and we need a nap.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's hard work for you guys. I can't believe it. So where I farm, our average rainfall event is about 18 inches per year, and that is not happening here lately. We've been in a drought for many years. Last year we had a flood of 33.5 inches for like 2 months, and then it cut off again. And so it's the fringe acres because you really can't control the weather, obviously, but also a lot of that water will run off because our soil can't retain more than maybe 3-4 foot row profile, and that's maybe if the weather or the soil is done right.
So is everything irrigated then?
No, sir. We are dry land. There is irrigated ground. Well, yeah. I'm trying to be nice here, Rob. Come on now.
Anyway, irrigated.
There is irrigated ground, but the concern for me is the aquifer is draining. We're not refilling it like we should be, and I don't know what to do about that.
So with that lack of water, I mean, you can grow a crop off, what you said, 18 inches?
We can,
but it's tough.
Well, so sorghum is drought resistant. It's very resilient with no moisture. We need a few timely rains, obviously, but 9 times out of 10, we can still raise a crop good enough to cover our bottom line. Same with wheat. And also, Rob, we're leaving a third of our ground out every year, leave out ground. Fallow, so we can rebuild the subsoil moisture to plant a crop into the next year.
Okay, a lot of people are unfamiliar with that whole thing. So it's you literally, you don't touch it, you don't till it, nothing?
We harvest the crop, which is wheat in the summertime, and then we will chem fallow it. We use chemicals to control the weeds from July till next June when we plant another crop on it. It's a spring or a summer crop, milo, the row crop. Okay. And we'll harvest that in late fall.
You farm with your dad?
I do. My father and I, we raised ground, and it's interesting. I don't know how to describe it because everyone deals with it. If you're a farmer, you got to work with that older generation. And he's very well minded with technology and everything. There's not any problems like, oh, well, we got to use a moldboard plow. But it is interesting.
How he talks?
No. But it is interesting because when I first started the social media deal, he didn't understand it. And he understands what I'm doing now and how I'm able to do all this stuff. But it's a different world. To him. He
didn't have Instagram.
He didn't. You know, I don't even think he had Snapchat back then, and so I don't know how he showed people he worked. But it's different, and he's come to understand it and how I do it and why I do it, and it's helped me just raise awareness of what it's like to farm in the Panhandle of Texas, or the Plains, of Texas.
let me flip the script on you. Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't understand what you're doing, right?
No.
Do you understand what he had to do?
I am starting to grasp more and more of it. I've only been farming for 6 years, and so I'm a greenhorn. But when I watch him handle the real tough years that we've had to go through and still be able to do the things that he's done, it builds more and more respect for how he has built the farm to the place it's at. And I'm here thinking, well, it's a piece of cake, and it's not.
Yeah.
And so my dad's not only a farmer, he's a CPA. And the CPA part of it, I think, has really helped him pinch the numbers so close and be able to make it further. There's
He probably
a lot of
knows how
farms.
to embezzle.
Oh, no, I don't know about that. But, I mean, I'm sure he's seen
I could
it
help
done.
the farm, really.
Yeah, I mean, it could. But seeing how he's done it in, so many years, I hope, Lord willing, I continue to learn from him and see not only the farming skills that he has, but also the pencil work and making sure, because that's most of farming, is penciling in your costs an acre and making sure you can afford to farm.
Unless you're from the I-State.
Oh yeah, and those guys, I mean, their father owns
We don't
millions of
care.
dollars of
Yeah.
stuff
We don't
like
care.
that. Those poor guys.
I haven't even ordered my seed yet.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
How are you going to survive?
Well, generally, it just comes up on its own.
Oh, well, that's nice.
But those fields only make 200 bushel.
Oh man, how are you doing it then? Just 200 bushel?
It's a rough life.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't handle that.
So let me ask you this. So you have a guy that sees you on social media, and you're doing a very good job on social media, big following. It's done right. I mean, you aren't being an idiot. You aren't being a fool out there. Someone comes up and says, hey, I want to do what you're doing. What advice you give them?
Just start working at it. I've had social media for 7 years now, and I feel like just the 3 past years, it's really exploded. And that's just out of the whim. I didn't do anything different. I post regularly every day. Be consistent. And you talk to YouTubers, and that's all they say is be consistent. I'm not consistent enough for YouTube, but you stay consistent. You tell your story. You don't tell other people's story. You tell your story of what you're doing on your farm, and people will be interested. I mean, that's just how it's worked for me.
It has to be something, because, I mean, you look at a guy like yourself. I mean, you're not attractive. You're not that smart.
Well, I hope my wife thinks
You're
different.
not interesting.
No?
She told me no. It's the
She did?
weirdest thing, yeah.
Wow, then why did she marry me?
I've got a snap streak with her.
Oh, my
It goes,
gosh.
2,000 days, I think.
2,000 days?
Yeah.
You're kidding. So ours is only 1,700 days. So
You have a
want her-
snap streak with your wife for 17. That was before you were married then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But eventually, Snapchat's going to go away. Is that
Eventually
is
it
that going
will.
to be the end of the marriage?
Boy, I hope not. I'm in trouble if Snapchat's our remaining contender of our marriage.
All right, Dan Sell, Booker, Texas, in the panhandle of Texas. Okay. Thank you for what you do for agriculture, because, like I said, you do have a good social media, and you're putting a good face out there for ag.
Well, it's just part of the world, and everyone's doing it. And so just to be a small part of it is fulfilling for me. And I don't know how long it'll last, but
Probably not too
not.
long,
I mean,
yeah.
the people finally going to get rid of my ugly mug. But
Yeah.
if you do want to follow me, just look me up on Instagram or TikTok at FarmerDan97.
Farmer Dan.
Farmer
But your
Dan.
real name is Daniel.
Daniel is my real name, but
You-
Farmer
so
Dan just stuck.
You go to the coffee shop in Booker, and they say Daniel.
Yeah. Well, actually, they don't call me that. They call me
Okay.
something else. But, I won't repeat that on this show.
I get last question. I mean, the mustache. Did you lose a bet?
This started when we found out we were pregnant with our first son.
And that's all you
And
got to show for it.
I was like, you know what?
How old's your son?
He's 18 months old now. He's a cute button. And so, yes, I have trimmed it a little bit. It used to be this long, twirly, but I decided to be one of those dads where their kids have never seen them without, like, facial hair. Have your kids seen you without facial hair?
Why would they want to?
Well, it covers up a lot.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
damn right it does.
And so that's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of fun.
Okay. Dan, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.